I don't know if you can hear that, but that's band practicing. It's been going on since 6 o'clock. It's 8:30. Bus leave is at 9. I'm tired. Today, I am going to Lake Nacogdoches with some friends, which is about a 15-minute drive away from campus. If you have not noticed yet, the footage you see is fisheyed. That is because I am filming this entire video on my new action camera, which I will be giving a little review at the end, so stick around or skip to the end to see it. Last night, I got off of work at 2 in the morning and did not get to sleep until 3. Later that morning, band started practicing around 6 and I just could not go back to sleep because of the loud noise. Yes, I am tired, but that is not stopping me from going out and having fun. First thing I did that morning was pack some clean clothes in this bag that came with my action camera. It folds inside out for easy storage. After I packed, I brushed my teeth and headed out. Though it was humid first thing stepping out, as it always is here in East Texas, it was near perfect weather for a day at the lake. This here is my buddy Jan. He was born in the Philippines but lived most of his life in Dubai. His main reason to be in the States is to study accounting. He is also the guy that told me about this event. This trip to the lake was an event that our school was holding. All we had to do was pay $2 each for a shuttle, and all lake equipment such as canoes and kayaks were free. This guy here is one of my residents named Miguel. What he is doing right now is filling out some paperwork that he forgot to turn in ahead of time. One of the most irritating things was leaving so late. We were informed that the bus was leaving at 9, but we ended up leaving 30 minutes after. Though we did leave late, nothing was more worth it than getting on site and soaking in the view. Welcome to Lake Nac. One of the greatest things about this trip was that upon arrival, we had little to no signal at all. We were completely disconnected from the world. As the staff was getting all the equipment ready, we went and played a little bit of cornhole beanbag toss. This guy here is one of the most hard-working people I know. His name is Stefan. He comes all the way from Grenada, which is located in the Caribbean. He is 26 and is in the same grade level I am. He was unable to come to college like how we Americans would traditionally after high school because he did not have the money. He worked many jobs in Grenada, such as fishing, which in comparison paid less than our minimum wage of $7.25. But he eventually saved enough and he is here now.
Gotta make it. Where are you from, Stefan?
About 30 minutes passed and everything was ready. Jan and I got a canoe and went out. Interesting fact about Lake Nac is that it is a man-made lake. No, it is not used for dumping, but probably mostly for rainwater. There are fish in this water as well, which I did see some jump out, and knowing there is fish in here does give you that assurance that the water is safe to swim in. We went out about 2.5 football fields and stopped just to relax. Eventually, it was time to jump in. Getting back in was not a problem. Jan shifted his weight to the other side, and another person helped counter the weight to help me get back in without tipping the canoe. And of course, guys being guys, we had to stand up and say something stupid.
Bet you won't say that twice.
I'm gay! If my dad wants you to know, I'm straight. I'm just doing it for the vibe.
Do it for the vibe, vibe's dead.
After getting that off our chest, we sat back down to play sticks. Some of y'all are probably wondering why this out of all the things we could be doing. My honest answer is that we just felt so relaxed, without a care in the world, that we just wanted to do something random.
Did I lose?
Yeah. I'm probably gonna get a bunch of comments saying like, that's not how you play sticks.
I forgot how to play it. Sorry.
Yeah.
God, I was really concerned.
Yeah, but you can't even go into 16 because you weren't a freshman. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, you knew me before we even met because of my videos. Like, that video has over 1,000 views. That's crazy.
Yeah, because like when I typed SFA, you were one of the results.
Really?
Yeah.
That's dope. That's awesome. Cleaning up Lake Nac with plastic. Got it.
Hashtag go green.
Publicity stunts. Woo. Got it.
Despite finding plastic in the lake, when there is a sign that clearly says no dumping, Jan was telling me that he knew me way before we met because he watched my Hall 16 room tour video.
I'm gonna flip you if you don't go. Yeah, just jump. Don't think
Eventually,
about it.
Miguel caught up to us in his kayak. He wanted to jump in the lake, but was too scared he would tip over. So we helped him out by countering the weight.
Go. Yeah! Woo! Doesn't it feel nice?
After that, Jen and I started pedaling back because we were hungry. I almost forgot to mention, food was also included in this trip.
You fucking pussy!
That girl that passed by us, name was Morgan. She came from France and Jen was trying to ask her out on a date. Well, actually I was trying to ask for him.
Morgan! Yes, that's you. My buddy Jan over here really thinks you're cute.
I said that already in the bracket.
Alright? And he wanted to take you out on a date. Yes, I am!
Long story short, Morgan did not answer, and Jan ended up getting her friend's number instead. As we got back, food was almost ready. There was plenty of snacks for us to eat while we wait for the hot dogs and burgers to be done. The food was great, but not as good as getting to know new people. After everybody ate, majority of people went back out to the water. I, on the other hand, decided to take this time to myself. After a very busy 2 weeks of school, checking residents in and programming a bunch of events so I do not have to worry about them later, this time was crucial to my mental health. After a while, I wanted to lay down. It was uncomfortable to lay down without propping my head up, so I used my bag as a pillow, and it worked a lot better than I thought. The weather at this time was perfect. I ended up taking a well-deserved 30-minute power nap in the shade of the trees. I did not want this day to end, but we eventually had to head back on campus. Now it is time for a small review of my new action camera. This here is the VanTop Moment 4, a $60 action cam that goes on a 5% sale once in a while. With its small price point, it surely does pack a lot of accessories with it. It came with this bag, which at first I wish it was a chest mount, but it ended up being very useful. 4 zip ties, a pack full of mounts and mount tape that can also be worked on a GoPro, 2 Velcro straps, a cleaning cloth, a remote which allows you to take photo and start a video, a 32GB micro SD card which can get you up to 2 hours of 1080p video, a case for your micro SD, this wire which I have not figured out what it's used for, 2 1050mAh batteries which depends on the usage is more than enough to last you the entire day, a charging dock for your batteries, and last but not least, a waterproof case which works as intended. Now let's get on to the features. This camera has motion detection, video lapse, and slow motion. It can shoot at a variety of resolutions up to 4K 24fps. You can even change how wide you want the angle of the camera. The camera has a lot of features which you can see as I scroll through. Now time for the final verdict of whether or not I recommend this. And I actually do. I do think it is the best bang for your buck action cam, but I will leave that judgment up to you. That is why I filmed this entire video, except the review part, on this camera. So if you just jumped to the end to see the review, I highly suggest you watch the entire video. Just note that you will not get an exact representation of the sound because I had the case on. If you have not done so already, subscribe to my channel and leave a like. It helps me out a lot to see if you are enjoying the content. I post a variety of videos of interest such as tech, outdoors, and sports to reach out to our diverse audience. To conclude this video, I'd like to thank you for coming out with me on this adventure, and I'll catch you in the next one.